for going out. I was kind of hoping not to get pulled out here because I'm still really freaked out about this. This is just last weekend, and I'm still pulling my head together after this experience. We went on a little weekend last weekend to visit some friends in Maryland. Our niece, she's newlywed. They just got her own house, so we were going to spend some time, play some games, do some barbecuing. And we were really excited because we found out right before we went to see her that there was an Airbnb right next to our house. So it was like great. We could stay close, but we can, we could keep them at a safe distance and have their space. We could do the touristy thing together, kind of to go our separate ways the other night. And plus it was like a really old farmhouse, so I love history and old stuff, and I'm like goth girl and everything else, so it's kind of creepy and I like that and everything else, but So we go to check in, and we had our niece and her husband with us, and we have a son. We walk in the door, and as soon as I hit the threshold of the door, now I'm very well slept, full belly, feeling very calm, and this feeling comes over me, like a panic attack meets a diabetic shock. I don't know. And it intensified, and it got worse and worse. And we're walking around, me and my spouse's niece are looking at each other, and I'm like, this is like Restoration Hardware meets American Horror Story in here. Really, really uncomfortable, and it feels like something more than bad feng shui. And so we're feng shui. That would hit. All right, so thank you. So we kind of settled in and everything else. As soon as I left, I felt fine. We started going about our day, had a great visit. We went around, did a few things in town. We got back and settled in. Weren't really thinking about it anymore. But weird stuff started happening all evening while we were there, and weird stuff. I couldn't sleep, and so I went on the couch and I tried to sleep out there, and we had everything shut off. And every 15 to 30 seconds, I would hear something just random and intermittent. It was now I'm I don't believe in that shit, so I'm and it's not that I would never dare say it doesn't exist. It's just that I like to live in my bubble, and it's a very blissful place. And if that shit's out there somewhere, I really don't want to know about it. I'm not gonna be bringing any Ouija boards to my house or inviting anything like that. So if I ignore it, it'll go away. So by the next morning, we had, all slept. And I need to take a crap, frankly. So I grabbed the sheet next by the front door that the Airbnb host left for us, who, you don't really bother reading that stuff, but I need something to read. And as it turns out, she has this old newspaper article talking about the person who owned the farmstead, who was this old, feisty farm maven who, during the Revolutionary War, did crazy stuff, stood up to General E. Lee when he was trying to take things from her farm to help the Confederates, remount their war efforts, and she took horseback and everything else from him. And then she, when she passed away, they were so curious about what made this woman tick that a doctor actually tried to grave rob her from her farmstead. So they moved her tombstone to some cemetery, but they left her body somewhere that was unmarked so that no one would ever find her. So I find out the next day, basically, that this woman's still somewhere on the property, and as is probably the horse that she took back from General E. Lee, and maybe that was that I was hearing last night. I don't know, but she tried to hide the horse on the property, and the Confederates eventually got. So she's pissed about something, and I take the wrong approach. I'm like, all right, listen up, Annie. Whatever beef you got, it ain't with me and my kids. So you know what? Leave it be. And I found out really quick. Talk to a ghost, they don't like it. So we went from having haunted toilets and weird breathing to it hiked up to vomiting by the end of the day. By the time we left around 8:30 on Monday, my kid was hurling Reagan from The Exorcist. It was really bad. So the lesson learned after having a windfall down my back, it was much less like a slot machine opening and much more like a stiff chill that I'm never going to forget, and I'm still going to deny that there's something to it that's real. At the end of the day, this Airbnb is a place we're going to want to stay again, and so I got to go back with a different approach. So when we check in next time and we're visiting our niece, I'm pretty sure I'm going to try by bringing a carrot and an apple for the horse. Leave it in the gable and see if that works, and keep my fingers crossed for a better result. Thank you.